Assalamualaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. So this video is the part 2 of the season where I reviewed my car, and in this part I will show you the interior and I will show you its features. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So let's start off with the key fob of this car. As you can see, the key fob looks very nice, especially with this silver trim which makes it look much premium, and it's actually very well made since it is heavier, and this car has lock and unlock feature as well as tailgate opening and closing feature. Soon as you get inside of this car, you'll be greeted with very beautiful black interior with wood touch, which matches very well. And I really like the interior since it looks very nice. It's very well designed, especially with these gauge clusters which are half analog and half digital, which look very beautiful, and this decent sized screen. You guys don't know, this trim option is below mid option. That means it is between base and mid option. But this car has so many features for its trim, such as these heated seats, as well as these hard leather seats, and this car has automatic seat belt adjustment. This car doesn't have is rear camera and front camera, and instead of front cameras or rear cameras, you have this indicator over here, so you have to depend on this one and the one in the back. This car also doesn't have the sunroof. Here's the center console of this car, which looks very nice with these wood trim. Here's the gear shifter, which looks very nice, especially with this Mercedes logo over here. And also, if you want to control this infotainment system, as you can see, you don't have to touch it. You have this control where you can navigate through the infotainment system. Infotainment system has a lot of features over here, like this radio, disc, navigation, and telephone, as well as this number dial over here, and also a CD player. And over here we have this climate control, which looks very nice, and it looks very nice with this elegance logo over here. It makes it look much fancier. With the steering wheel, as you can see over here, you can move through and press OK and also go back. And over here you have this controls where you can navigate through the phone, you can decline, you can increase the volume and decrease the volume, you can completely mute it, and we have this voice command system. And over here we have light controls. From here you can access the rear lights, and you can access the lights when your doors are open or off, and this is the reading light. As you guys can see, it is below the rear view mirror, which looks very nice. Now coming to the second row of the car, as you can see, there is not much exciting to show, but this second row has these air vents, which is very nice. Some cars don't even have those, but this car has, and it's very helpful since if you are in a trip or it's very hot, these are very helpful. As you guys can see on the door, we have this wooden touch and the metal door handle, which looks very nice. And over here we have this tiny speaker. But overall, I think the space on the second row is very good for average teenagers or even children. And over here in the rear, we also have these reading lights. And over here, we have the trunk space. Unfortunately, I can't show much over here because we have stuff there and there's a cover. But you guys can imagine that this boot has a very huge space. And that's why I like Estate, because these have very huge boot space. And you can even fold these rear seats for more stuff if you're getting like larger objects, which is very helpful. So guys, this is the end of part 2. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you did, please make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and don't forget to share this video. Allah Hafiz.